The Mortgage Minute today being brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial when you're ready for that next home loan. Geneva's got the programs and the products. You just need to make a call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990. And every day at this time, OBMMI, they provide the most comprehensive, accurate, timely, and interactive analysis of pricing ever conducted in the mortgage industry, calculated from actual locked rates with consumers across 35% of all mortgage transactions nationwide. What did loans do yesterday? Let's take a look at it. 30-year conforming down 7.225. 30-year jumbo was up 7.42. 30-year FHA down 6.866. 30-year USDA. Rural areas, generally no down payment, 6.92. That was up. And the best loan on the market for those that earned it, and we thank them every day, it's our veterans, the 30-year VA loan, 6.782. Remember, OBMMI does not give us APR, points paid, points received. They give us the number that you put into your mortgage calculator when you want to know what your payment's going to be. If you want to know what our thoughts are on the mortgage world every day as early as the data allows, rsrmarketminute.com, rsrmarketminute.com. It is a free report that we send out. Let's see what's going on today in the world of finance and in the world of mortgages. Well, the S&P 500 is now up 16.62. We've talked about that one already. Let's take a look and see. The 10-year Treasury is, if my screen will refresh here. It's a little slow this morning like me. Okay, come on, computer. Well, maybe we'll have to go back and look at the 10-year Treasury on the other screen here. 10-year Treasury is down again about 3.5 basis points. This is the yield, 4.603 is where the yield is, 4.603. We're looking at mortgage-backed securities. This is the bond. When bonds go up, rates go down and vice versa. It's mathematics. It's at 22 basis points up is where we're looking at the bond at right now, 22 basis points up for that bond. And let's take a look and see why this is happening. Well, it all has to do, we've told you all week that the two things that were going to matter this week was going to be, what did the Federal Reserve say yesterday? And what does the jobs report say tomorrow? And the Federal Reserve, well, they left rates unchanged. We knew that was going to happen. They're still between 5.25 and 5.5. Although the reporters there over and over again, I counted at least 4 times they asked the chairman afterward in the question and answer session, what does it look like for raising interest rates? And he basically said, we're not raising interest rates. That's not on our radar right now. What's going to lower interest rates? Well, talked a lot about the idea that it's inflation that's going to lower interest rates. We're at around 3%. They want it to be at 2%. Not going to happen. We've talked to you about that because shelter and auto insurance are covering about 90% of the inflation rate right now based on their core number that they use. And again, core is those people that don't need food or energy. I don't know who those are, but that's the numbers that they look at. But the chairman did say they're looking at the extra data that I share with you from Danielle DiMartino, and they're not only looking at the inflation numbers. One of the things they're looking at is employment. And regardless of what we get from the BS report, we know from people, from your neighbors, my neighbors, people are having more and more trouble in the job world. So that's part of the issues right there. And I told you earlier about the initial jobless claims, which to me, I don't know if you can even pay any attention to those numbers just because they can't be the same every week when you've got 50 states and you've got 360 million people, 3,007 counties, and the number doesn't change at all. Is there any possibility of that? And then you've got in their labor report tomorrow, they model it, and they've been coming out telling us that they've got all kinds of new jobs in the small business sector. Yet we look at the ADP report, and it said there was only 38,000 jobs created. A couple months ago, they said it was about the same in the ADP report, and over 170,000 jobs were in the BLS report. So we have to look at the headlines because that's what drives the market. But eventually the headlines are going to get caught up. I heard one person make a comment, and I don't know whether it's so or not, but do you think Jerome Powell is kind of slapping the president around a little bit for not renominating him as soon as he probably should have? I don't know if that's the case or not, That's the Mortgage Minute, brought to you by our friends at Geneva Financial. When you're ready for that next home loan, Geneva's got the programs and the products. Give me a call, 800-306-1990, 800-306-1990.